YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman Raw. So today we've got a masking session on this XK Jag. So let's get straight into it. So yeah, it's not a full respray, this thing, and obviously we're not taking everything off the car. I don't get too involved in that side of things. I just paint what my boss tells me to paint. I'm a simple man. He tells me to paint and I shall paint. But yeah, as you can see here, so we're doing both sides, front, rear. We're not doing the rear bumper, we're not doing the sill covers, mirrors, handles and stuff like that. I mean, it's actually odd, like most of the time we do take these off, but he said he didn't want to. So yeah, this car here is actually, it's been getting driven in and out of the workshop for the last few months, to be honest. And yeah, it's finally made its way into the paint shop. So look, as I say, I don't get too involved with the customers and what they're expecting out of the job. I just paint. There must be a good reason they decided to do it this way. I mean, as I say, like in a perfect world, you wouldn't be masking any of these up because they're pretty tight there too, but I'm going to have to mask it up. You would never choose to mask a mirror or a door handle up, but sometimes you got to do it. It's pretty rare, but hey, sometimes you got to do it. Originally, he didn't even want me to paint that door because like one of the repairs came up to here, and the other one, yeah, I mean, like you could have blended both ways, but I'm like, man, for the sake of one panel on most of the body, you know, I guess the rest of it's all pretty much plastic parts that aren't getting painted. But as far as I guess they're actually probably aluminium. I was going to say steel body, but yeah, they're probably the aluminium parts on the body. I mean, you just do it. Like, I mean, we're masking up the other side, so yeah. Either way, that's where we are. It is what it is. This kind of thing, like I actually seen a lot of, not all, because I think, you know, America is obviously a very big place, but I see it relatively common over there in America that they do this kind of thing. Like they'll just do a lot of masking and they won't always take the parts off. But as I say, like it is a very big place over there in America, and you know, the standards in one area may not be the same as the next area. It's definitely not a diss on America. I've always loved America. Well, actually, when I was young, I bought into the propaganda of hating America, and then I guess I came to the conclusion myself. I'm like, man, what the hell? You know, I mean, they're not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I mean, as far as a superpower, like you'd probably rather them be the world police than, I don't know, what else you got, China or Russia? Like, you'd rather like the freedom-loving Americans over the communists, wouldn't you? I'll be careful, I won't post this one on TikTok because I think TikTok's owned by the Chinese. On that point, actually, I've just signed up to TikTok for a long time. I wasn't interested in it, but I don't know. I guess enough people told me for long enough that I just gave in, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go see what it's all about. So if you have a TikTok account, go over and follow me. I've actually put the link in the description of all of my videos from now on. There's actually, on that topic, I've decided I might even start uploading a little bit more often to sites like Rumble and BitChute, and just, I don't know, a bit more of a push on old tech, because although I'm apolitical, you really never know what's going to happen, even to YouTube as a platform. Like, it could go down. I mean, I'm not saying I'm predicting that. I don't even think that it is going to go down, but you just never know. So I guess it's a good idea to branch out. And if for whatever reason, I mean, I got banned off Facebook. Like that is insane, man. My Facebook page just got deleted. They didn't send me a notification. They didn't say anything, man. It was just gone. Like, well, it started off by being like in some kind of a limited state where it was like, I could see it, but I couldn't do anything with it, if you know what I mean. And then it just went, like it was gone. It like bizarre, man, like how they did that without even warning. But you know what, I got a feeling I know what happened. It was all in the lead up to the 2020 American election, and I do know that big tech kind of got together, and they, well, look, put it this way, it was clear who they wanted to win, and it wasn't the Republicans, and it wasn't yeah, it wasn't the person who was already in power. And I heard that like Facebook themselves put something like $500 million to helping Joe Biden, that guy, win the election. And the only thing I can think of, because I do actually follow a little bit of American politics, so my name is the Gunman, obviously, you all know that. And the only thing I could think is that, well, pro 2A, you know, so the Republicans are generally Second Amendment, which is gun ownership. And the only thing I can think is that my name being the Gunman, you know, they would have that would have been like an automatic flag, you know. So I doubt. I can't imagine, like, how could that be a decision made by a human? How could a human look at my page and think, oh well, you know, he's pro Donald Trump, or he's pro Second Amendment, we've got to shut that guy down. Like, no human would look at it and come to that conclusion. I wouldn't imagine anyway. It's like, it's a dude who does spray painting tutorials, you know. So I reckon it must be one of their stupid AI algorithms picked it up and deleted it. That's all I can say. Like, they obviously tweaked their algorithms leading up to the 2020 election in America, and I was caught in the crossfire. I don't know. I mean, that could be totally wrong. It's just, I'm guessing here, but I think it would make sense. But yeah, it was a bit of a letdown though, because I spent years building that platform up over there on Facebook. I had over 20,000 followers on my Gunman page, you know, and it was around that time actually my YouTube channel started taking a hit as well, because I don't know if it's the people that on Facebook were watching my videos as well, because I would always share my videos to my Facebook page, and I would always get, you know, a few hundred likes and, you know, about 500 clicks on the video. So people were watching, like, using, say, Facebook as like a notification place for my videos, you know. And then, I don't know, just it's a bit rude to just go and take it away from me, like, especially without any reason. And you can't contact them. You cannot contact them on Facebook. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But hey, that's what this Gunman channel is about. I know where we're gonna start, but I don't know where we're gonna end up. I just start talking shit. I know some people love it, so yeah. So this job here, XK Jag, as I said before, I didn't even prime it up, but I prepped it up this morning. Friday, so it's Monday today. On Friday, I did do the color. That's about all I managed to get done on the Friday. So today's the Monday. I got all the prep work done, and then once I did the prep work, I bought it. I took it down into the wash bay out the back there. Gave it a really good degrease, like some of the insides in here, and even all this stuff. Sort of, you know how people are with their cars. They like to put some of that silicone-based cleaner on their cars and that, so yeah, over your tires and your wheels. So I got a good degrease, gave it a good degrease and a wash down, like with a pressure cleaner. There was little bits of dirt and obviously even just the dust from the prep work itself. So yeah, because I did the prep work first, and it's nice and clean now. So yeah, hopefully, I didn't do that last time I did a respray, and I don't know, I can't help but think that that job would have came up a little bit cleaner. It wasn't the end of the world, it wasn't that bad, I guess, but you know, I did look at that job and I thought, you know what, next time I do a big job like that, I'm going to take it out the back and give it a clean prior to masking. So yeah, it's about 2 o'clock now. That's where I'm at. I'm gonna get this all masked up and hit it in the morning. I'm not sure how far we're gonna get in the masking, but maybe we'll just do this bonnet. How's that sound? Because I like to keep my videos on this channel to around 20 minutes, so we might do that. I might just do, in this video here, we'll just focus mainly on this bonnet here. You can see how I mask a bonnet up, but yeah, they're pretty cool cars, these. Like, they're quite stylish, I must say. Like, after I was taking a couple of photos of it when I was prepping it up, and I'm like, yeah, they're actually pretty cool looking car. But again, like I mentioned it in a video last week, the quality on these things, they're terrible. Like, to be honest, worse than the German cars seem to be. You know, like your Mercedes and BMW. I wouldn't say BMW are quite as good as Mercedes. Maybe that's just me, maybe that's just my bias, but I do love my Benzes. I have for quite a long time. Whether or not I'll ever own one again, I don't know. I do like them and I would like to one day, but we'll see. I don't know, I don't feel as if I need to at this point in time. I'm happy with my little Corolla. That gets me from A to B, mate, economically. I don't know, the other thing is, like, I don't know, I'm driving around and you see these people in these nice cars and it's like, man, anyone could be inside there. Like, I don't know. It's not like you're cooler. Like, it doesn't change who you are. Like, owning one of those things, like, and I don't really think for most people don't really care. Like, most other people from outside of that car who don't care who's inside that car. Like, they don't look at you in that car and think that you're a better person or you're cooler or whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't hold too much importance on what kind of things you own. If you're a good person, I'll be good to you. But my experience these days, man, like, I'm back here in Melbourne. People are shit. They really are. Like, people are freaking miserable around this part of the world, man. I swear. Part of me actually kind of regrets coming here. But look, there's lots of good things about Melbourne, don't get me wrong. But I tell you what, like, I grew up here. I was born in Melbourne in 1983. And I moved to the country when I was quite young, actually, and then sort of been in and out of Melbourne. You know, it's not like, when I mean the country, it's only like a couple of hours away from Melbourne. So I moved back down to Melbourne in the year 2000 to live by myself, and then I guess I left in 2012, early 2012, and even in that 10 years since I left and came back, people are definitely not as happy as they used to be. Like, this is one good example. People here in Melbourne, if you let them in, if you let somebody in the traffic, they used to give you a wave, and they used to let you in. Now they're not letting you in, and if you let someone in, you're not even going to get a wave. So it was something that I really noticed coming from Perth, you know, like, the Perth drivers are a lot more courteous. They're a lot less aggressive. And it's just nicer to be around that, you know. And even just in general, like, people at some of the shops, when you just retail shops, like the shop assistants, like, you won't even get a smile out of some of them. Like, they're just rude and they don't want to be there. And I mean, I can kind of sympathize with that, but it's like, man, if you're not a good people person, don't get a job that makes you deal with people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a good people person, I'm not gonna lie, but you're pretty much the people I deal with on a daily basis. Like, I've got 2 managers, man. One of them's pretty much all I really talk to, and for the rest of it, I don't even talk to the guys out there, man. And yeah, like, I liked one of the comments I got recently when I was talking about that, and yeah, he just said, man, professional jealousy is a real thing, and he experiences it as well, and he reckons, man, you know, he goes, I work with the 4 or so other people, and he goes, good morning is not one of the words. He said, I might only say like 20 words to these guys during a day, and he goes, good morning is definitely not one of them. But yeah, like, he could basically sympathize with the professional jealousy, because for me, man, it's like, I did nothing to deserve that, you know what I mean? Like, I was not impolite to them, I didn't do anything to deserve the rudeness, but all you can put it down to is jealousy. I don't know, like, mate, I'm not like that. I'm not a jealous person. Like, our boss here, he owns his Bentley or whatever, and I say good on him, man, like, because I appreciate to get that. Like, he's obviously worked his goddamn ass off, man. I think when he was building this place up, it destroyed 2 of his marriages, you know? So, to me, like, I would personally rather, at this point anyway, keep my marriage and my child and you know, my marriage together and not have that Bentley that he has, you know? But we've all got to make our own decisions, and, like, I'm not jealous of him having his Bentley or his his successful business. Yeah, like, I mean, I guess if you're happy where you are in your own self, well, then why should you care about how anyone else is doing in life? You know what I mean? I guess that's part of it is, well, maybe then it's, and that's what it comes down to. The more you think about it, these jealous people, the more you think you're just not happy with yourself. Like, it's not even about me, you know what I mean? Like, you being nasty to me, that's on you, man. Like that's not because I'm a bad person, and you being jealous in the first place, it's because you're not happy with your life, and I can't do anything to help you there. I'm sorry. Like, you're gonna have to figure that one out yourself, you know. But yeah, it's bizarre. Like, Melbourne, back to Melbourne again. Like, it's bizarre how, like, we're probably one of the richest places in the world, yet we're miserable. We seem to be, anyway. Another thing is, here in Melbourne, I've really noticed that in my lifetime, like, it's getting a lot more built up. So, like, what used to be an apartment, what used to be a unit is now an apartment. What used to be a house is now a unit, you know. So there's more people in the same amount of area, and obviously that's just raising tensions. And I mean, I know people like to bring, oh, you're like a racist if you don't want, you know, open borders and all that stuff. And it's like, man, the people that are coming in could be Norwegian, German, they could be from anywhere around the world, but even too much of a good thing is bad, you know. Like, it's a sheer numbers thing. That's what I was saying to my mate the other day. I'm like, man, there's just too many people coming in too quick, you know. So I don't know, that's what I think anyway. Who knows? I do actually usually try to keep it apolitical, but, and you know, I'm not too married to my beliefs, but on the other hand, I have thought about them. So yeah, you're welcome to disagree with me. One guy disagreed with me. He's like, man, I've been listening or following you for years, and he rage quit on me because I dare criticize the police. And that was coming off the back of me watching a video where a 70-year-old woman was protesting the lockdowns, and a policeman knocked her to the ground and pepper sprayed her. That's why I was a bit, you know, not anti-police, I was criticizing some of the police. Don't get me wrong, like, he said to me, he's like, oh, you've got no idea what a policeman has to deal with on a daily basis. And it's like, how do you know that? My dad's a first respondent. He works in the CFA, like, he's a fireman, you know. So the shit that he's had to see, I totally know. But on the other hand, like, they've chosen that. Like, my dad chose to be a fireman. He chose to go in there and possibly save people's lives, and he has saved people's lives. But also, he's seen death, you know. Like, he's seen both sides of it. And my dad, he's volunteering to do that. So, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and shed a tear, even for my dad, because he chose that. He doesn't have to do that. It's just like me. Like, I don't have to mask this mirror up. If this mirror was a 70-year-old grandma that someone told me to pepper spray, I would say, no, I'm not masking that mirror up. But to me, it's like, man, me masking a mirror up and leaving with like a slight edge, same around here. Like, it's not ideal, it's not perfect, but I'm gonna draw the line when you want me to hurt somebody else. I'm not doing that. They made that decision. And you can't just say, oh, he's just doing a job. I'm just doing a job, mate. This is just doing a job. Masking a bloody mirror up, that's just doing a job. It's hurting nobody. And no doubt the owner, and as I say, I don't get into all of that, but no doubt the owner probably wants to keep the budget down on the car. So this is him getting what he wants and what he pays for. Yet a 70-year-old woman being kicked to the ground, or even George Floyd, like, that was pretty bad. Like, I think everyone agreed on that, you know, getting kneeled on your neck for like 9 minutes, that was pretty bad, you know. Same thing. Police probably using their power a little bit excessively. In George Floyd's case, probably more than a little bit, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I'm ranting, but I know people love it. So yeah, go follow me on all that alt tech. I've got BitChute, I used to have part of it. They tried nuking that. I think, again, that's another thing where big tech got together and squashed out their competition. Pretty disgusting, really. Where are we at? I'll put that in the bin later. As I said, we'll probably just focus on this bonnet for now. Let's see if we can shut that down. Yeah, look, the reason I do actually usually avoid politics is because it's so divisive. You know, if I had just shut my mouth about that police thing, like I said, that guy sort of rage quit my channel, I would have had one more subscriber. You know what I mean? And that's why, because I don't know, because it's too divisive. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, we're looking there. All good. Alright, well that's the bonnet done. I guess, I don't even know how long this has been running for, but if it's around 20 minutes, well, yeah, it's around 20 minutes. So I might do another separate masking video when I'm doing the plastic stage. But for now, I'm just going to continue on finishing that masking off. And hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed. I hope you don't hate me because of my political opinions or whatever. Hope I haven't offended anybody. Until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out. See you in the next one.